my god, dude. My car is gone, dude. I have to swim in this shit.
I hear the train a-coming. It's rolling around the bend. And I ain't seen the sunshine. I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. But that train keeps a-rolling. All down to San Antonio.
Category 3 Hurricane Milton slammed into Florida's west coast Wednesday night. It made landfall in Siesta Key as a Category 3 storm with maximum sustained winds of 120 miles per hour, snapping trees, ripping roofs, and siding off homes. As the system barreled east, dangerous storm surge and flooding tore through the streets of Sarasota, pushing debris and this dumpster down the road.
At this point, it's too dangerous to evacuate safely, so you have to shelter in place and just hunker down.
Nearby in Venice, the powerful winds fueled this house fire, quickly spreading its flames. In St. Petersburg, hurricane-force wind ripped the fabric roof off Tropicana Field, home of the Tampa Bay Rays. That's also where thousands of cots were set up to house first responders. No injuries were reported. More than 18 inches of rain fell in the city, a more than 1 in 1,000-year rainfall event for St. Petersburg. In nearby Tampa, police rescued 15 people after a tree fell on their home. Everyone, including children, were safely brought to a
This is historic, right? This is
another episode of the High Frequency Chaos. Today, we're diving down the rabbit hole of Hurricane Milton. And yes, folks, there are 2 more hurricanes on the way. Thank God the Cat 5 turned out to be a Cat 1. It was a Cat 3, it went to a Cat 5, and then it became a Cat 1. But there were still some devastating damages that were done. And if you still don't believe that the weather can be manipulated, I will show you some things here today. So grab your drink of choice. We're about to dive down this rabbit hole. Hawk, Spike, you ready? All right, let's get diving. Salud.
tree debris everywhere. Piece of a tree.
Do we have any trees on our right side?
Yes, we do. Little ones. Little. Get it, base. Whoa! Whoa! Yeah, more coming.
Going underwater, probably. Unfortunately, it looks like the bay is meeting the Gulf a bit early. We can walk to the other side of the building and get another look from here. All the debris that was never picked up, look at our piles. It's coming.
Oh my God.
Holy shit!
We need to go check on Heather and Curtis.
Our house.
We're fine. I think it's going to miss us.
Guys,
We're live. We got a tornado in front of us.
hey, we got a tornado. Oh my gosh, it's coming right at us. You can see the debris in the air. This is where we're. Oh my gosh, look at the people running. Oh my gosh, there's people running. Go, go. Yes, people are running out of the houses. There's everything in the... Okay, look at the debris. Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, I can't believe it. The first thing I noticed was the debris flying in the air, and then I noticed that twister type of cloud was just twirling right, and it was coming right at us. This is amazing and so scary. No, this is Port Salerno, y'all. Yeah, we're safe. We never got out of the car. We never got out of the car because it seemed so dangerous. Oh my gosh. And you know, this is where one just hit. Yeah, we're fine, thank God. But that was kind of amazing that it happened so quickly, which just goes to show you, you can't. Oh, look, it's down there. You can still see the debris. Oh my gosh. Oh, we live. It's still going east. All right, thank you. All right, bye.
Let's get now to our correspondents in the storm zone, beginning with CBS's Jonathan Vigliotti. Good evening, Jonathan.
And good evening to you, Nora. This community was busy cleaning up after one hurricane when it had to drop everything and evacuate due to another one. You're looking at the contents of people's homes stacked up several stories high, easily thousands of similar smaller piles scattered across the city. As Milton approaches one of the big concerns, extreme wind turning all of this debris into projectiles. Tampa area streets are lined with miles of potentially deadly debris. The goal, according to Tampa's mayor, was to have most of it cleared by today.
The federal government, the state government are working hand in hand, first and foremost, to get that household debris up and out of the way.
The city fell short. Now Hurricane Milton is menacing the coast just more than a week after Helene decimated it.
I'm praying that we won't be put to the test.
Eurydice Stanley rode out Helene in her Tampa area home, but evacuated to Tallahassee Monday when Milton exploded to a Category 5.
People are staying at home, but these storms are different. Ask the citizens of Asheville, North Carolina.
Millions of people in the Tampa area are under a mandatory evacuation. Many have left, but some aren't going anywhere. CBS's Nicole Valdez is on Sanibel Island with one of them. Bridget Budd says she's staying.
There's just no place I would rather be. You know, I don't suggest it for anybody. I'm not promoting it.
I'm Rob Marciano along the bay here in Tampa, where they're bracing again for a damaging and life-threatening storm surge. And if this hurricane makes a direct hit, it'll take Cat 3 and 4 winds and push seawater all the way up the bay, potentially pouring up to 15 feet of water right into the heart of downtown Tampa.
We're in emergency management. We got to plan for the worst things possible.
John Antapasis runs the emergency operations in Tampa.
There's a lot of vulnerable infrastructure here, and the geography itself that potentially, puts us just much at more risk.
The exact storm track determines where the highest storm surge happens. Anything into or just north of St. Pete brings winds that funnel an already high water up into the city. The track just a few miles south actually pulls the water out of the bay, leading to minimal storm surge.
What's the one thing that, may make you worry at night when you go to sleep?
It's the storm surge on this one. Ultimately, our first responders, we're going to be here. We're going to try to save lives, protect property first, and then we will go through that recovery process if that does happen to us.
Nora, it's been over 100 years since a major hurricane has made a direct hit here in Tampa. This Cat 5 is now just less than 500 miles away. Now, the latest track does give it a chance of going just south of the Bay Area, but the approach of Milton gives the Bay Area the highest risk I've ever seen of getting a direct hit.
You may
Nora?
be wondering why I keep covering these weather events, because I believe they're phenomenons and they are being steered, controlled. I absolutely believe that the weather is being manipulated. I believe there are some wicked, evil agendas at play. God controls everything. Yes, Elohim does. However, men manipulates things. They try to play God in their own right or ego. Transhumanism, creating AI or AI being there. They will take over the world one day, but we'll dive into that on a different podcast. Right now, we're going to continue diving down the rabbit hole of Hurricane Milton and to follow the ones to come. Let's get diving.
Historic, right? This is a history-making giant hurricane that is going across the entirety of the state, the central part of the state of Florida, from west coast to east coast.
There's huge wedge. Oh my God.
That's near Lake Okeechobee. These are the kinds of tornadoes that you see here in Texas and Oklahoma, not in South Florida. And we've got some more pictures as well.
Across the highway there, you see it. Many Floridians say they've never seen anything like this storm.
We've had at least two of these hurricanes produce one EF3 tornado, which is unheard of, has not happened before.
See it? Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, yeah. That's wicked. First time I've seen one in a long time since I've been out of Colorado.
Forecasters say the intensity of Milton is like nothing Floridians have ever seen before.
They're talking possible 15-foot storm surge. None of us in 100 years have seen anything like this. It is shocking.
That's a confirmed tornado on the ground right there. You can see, wow.
It's huge.
Impressive.
Huge.
And you can see the debris just spinning there. It's on the ground. You can see that clearly on camera.
It's going to be a wild afternoon, everybody.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's very active.
Look at that. Look at that column, Vanessa. Wow.
Come right here. You can see it going through the cane field.
So the lower that number goes, the faster the air is rising up, the more the storm is working like a machine. This pressure it's been with and close to this has put it in the top 5 strongest storms in history.
I want you to take a look at this. It's how huge Hurricane Milton is, as seen from the International Space Station just yesterday, covering much of the Gulf of Mexico.
Still potentially a record surge for the Sarasota area, reaching up to potentially 15 feet.
Imagine 6 feet of storm surge. Now, this completely floods out the first floors of homes and businesses, and the only way to escape that is to move to the higher floor of a building. Now, unfortunately, there are going to be places that get more than 6 feet of storm surge flooding. Imagine this, 9 feet and even beyond of flooding, of inundation. This is practically not survivable.
Even though it's weakening now, I still think the surge is going to be really something
catastrophic, as the FEMA director talked about. This is an interesting graphic because it shows a couple of things. The first of which, the rapid intensification that it underwent, a tropical storm late Sunday night, and then Monday, going from a Category 1 to a Category 5 storm in the second fastest time frame we've ever measured.
Experts say it has the potential to be one of the most destructive storms on record.
Picked up for a little bit. It bounced me around. At one point last night, I was getting bashed up against this wall. So I went out and I cut my anchor line to get away from it. So I have a $250 anchor sitting down there that I got to go in and get.
Dan, you weren't afraid at all last night?
No, I'm not scared of anything. What I've been through, this weather is nothing. And I put my faith in God. God told me to come here. God told me 5 years ago, I was in Colorado. He put on my heart, Tampa, Florida, and get a boat. I woke up one morning with that on my heart, and that's all I could think about. And I left Colorado, I went to North Carolina, left North Carolina, came to Florida. I've been in Florida for 5 years, stuck on the East Coast, never came over. In March, I came over, I found this boat for $1,200 bucks. I bought it, I come to Tampa, and guess what? Tampa floods. Not today, not yesterday, but during the last one, Helene. Helene was way worse than what this one was. I mean, they were calling for a Cat 5. I didn't know what to expect. But what happened last night was nothing compared to Helene.
So you think if another storm rolls through Tampa, you're going to remain on your boat?
Yeah, I'd remain on the boat no matter what.
You know, this man's testimony is very heartwarming, especially in times of darkness. A lot of people lose faith of God, but he stayed strong in the storm. It reminds me of the story of Jonah. You know, Jonah, he was running away from God's will. But when he realized that, it was better for him to be thrown off the boat so that others can be saved, he did so, and God saved him.
Wow. You got the video? Oh, I can't do video because I'm on the phone. I got it.
I know a lot of people is focusing on Hurricane Milton hitting just, Florida and the surrounding areas. But also remember Mexico. There are certain parts of Mexico that were hit pretty bad. So keep them in your prayers also. This hurricane affects everyone, folks. These man-made events affects everyone. Who's in charge is the globalists. And we will definitely do a deep dive on the globalists. Right wing, left wing, does not matter. It's the globalists who controls and pulls the strings.
These would already start. I just went around and blessed each and every animal with holy oil. Maybe that's gonna do nothing, but I have to choose to believe. I have to do something. And it was really hard. Because I can sit inside and pretend this isn't happening. But when I get outside, I see all my babies. It's hard, and I just want to magically wave a wand and make this all go away.
So much rainfall yesterday that it actually broke apart the sediment, and look at this, created this enormous sinkhole. Look at that. Wow, I can't even tell how deep that is. Just all the way across this road that I'm told by a deputy, a Hillsborough County deputy, is the only way into this community. The deputy tells me that they're essentially stuck here. They're forced to go around the neighborhood into the backyards of these houses.
It's crazy to think that there are a lot of history-breaking hurricanes occurring, and they're hitting the South is getting slammed. We're getting slammed with this. I wonder how many more, surprise storms we have to come. We're not in winter yet. We still have snowstorms coming. We don't get it really in the South, but with this whole weather manipulation, I won't be surprised if it snows in Texas and Mexico, and it has. If you see those weather phenomenon, it has snowed in these places. So, we're just getting over the fall. We're entering the fall, and winter is right around the corner. People, if you don't think that weather manipulation is real, do your own research. Look into HAARP. Look into weather manipulation. They have been doing this since 1947, and I believe it's been way longer. I believe that this technology existed in the times of the Anunnaki. All right, I won't dive into the Anunnaki now. That's going to be a whole different podcast, but I believe weather control has always been there. I believe the entities that controls the weather is demonic spirits. But again, different podcasts. Let's keep diving down.
Oh my God, I'm hearing it.
Stay, Kane.
Be careful. Kane, get back.
Ready?
Yeah,
Be careful, the lock is like locking.
Go.
I can't open the door. What? I can't open it. Hold on. It's pulling too hard. You can't. See? Oh, careful.
Go. Holy shit. Oh my God. It's here.
No, it's not.
Update.
This is just the beginning.
Just the outer band.
Back to my house after Hurricane Milton hit, and it does not look good. Already you can see in the driveway a tree down right here. Another tree fell right here. Thankfully, missing the house, but that is not all. Take a look at the backyard. Absolute destruction and chaos after Hurricane Milton came through. Water up to my ankles all over this place. Entire tree completely uprooted from the wind. Not only that, look at this tree right here, even bigger trees down in the backyard. The dock completely submerged underwater. The banana trees completely ripped apart and downed. And maybe the scariest part, this massive cypress tree fell right in the backyard towards the house, but luckily none of these other ones did. Somehow, me, my family, we're all safe. The house is okay.
Some dramatic video coming into the newsroom overnight.
Yeah, Latoya, we're getting some new angles of everything, too. And yeah, the storm moving out of here, as you heard Tevin explain, but it left a path of destruction behind. This morning, we know at least 2 people are dead from this storm when those tornadoes touched down on Florida's Atlantic coast yesterday. We are seeing some of the damage. The roof of Tropicana Field, the home of the Tampa Bay Rays, was ripped right off. You could see shredded there. That stadium was set to host up to 10,000 first responders, with cots already set up on that field. And look at this. Strong winds from Milton caused a crane to collapse onto a building in St. Petersburg. That is a mess right there. Thankfully, no one was injured from this. Milton is moving out this morning, but you could see the water rising due to the storm surge and heavy rain. 3 million customers are without power. Again, 126 tornado warnings were issued last night, and dozens of homes were damaged because of that.
Flooded out.
President Biden said,
I know y'all remember the front of me, right? Well, I'm all flooded out, and I don't know how high up the water is coming, but I know it's definitely coming through my porch right now. So I'm just waiting to see. And the winds out here are terrible. Like, if I had a kid, y'all, I do got a kid. Me and my baby couldn't run out of here and go anywhere because my car is already up under so much water. It's like, how would you? Yeah, I'm just, I don't know. This giving me uneasy, iffy vibe. They did tell me that we was in a flood zone until 4:30 in the morning. So maybe what they meant was the rain was going to stop at 4:30 in the morning. I don't know. I'm confused. Anyways, yeah, my porch is flooded. Yeah, send help. Y'all, my lake is all the way up, like.
That car just stalled out. Looks like it's not moving now. Hopefully they will get out of their car and get to a safe area as soon as possible. And we've actually been seeing some people swimming through the area, alligators swimming through the area. I thought I'm listening to my producer in my ear here, and they've seen some alligators passing by. So this is another reason why you don't want to get into this mess. I mean, my friend likes
nobody talking about this. I just discovered the most horrifying shit with this Hurricane Milton that's hitting Florida tonight. So I asked ChatGPT, how many alligators are actually in Florida? And there's 1.3 million alligators, right? So just imagine you're barely surviving the hurricane, and you think you've made it. It's flooding and you standing on top of a table. And then you look down in the water and then you see this, bruh. Even though this is an AI generated image, alligators can actually be misplaced caused by hurricanes. So this is actually something that can really happen, bruh. Storm surge of 8 to 10 feet is enough to cover a house, at least half of it. And that's plenty of water for alligators and crocodiles or whatever to swim around and have free space. And if you get caught by one, bruh, you're cooked. I'm not gonna lie to you. And even though this is AI, what if like this shit actually really happens, bro? Like this could Oh my God, imagine you just see alligators flying around like that shit's crazy too. But yeah, bro, let me know what y'all think. Is this a possibility, or anybody in Florida? Is this? Did y'all think about this?
What kind of hurricane was Hurricane Milton?
From fandom.com. Hurricane Milton was an extremely powerful Category 5 hurricane that caused widespread damage across its path in October 2024.
It hasn't even become a hurricane.
Something bad about to happen to me.
We're in evacuation zone A, apparently. That's the thing. If I could get out, I would, but where are we going? Everything is booked. There's nowhere to, unless you're hopping on a plane and evacuating your family, where is everybody going? I can't go north. Everything's booked. Where am I taking 6 kids and 4 dogs and 3 adults to? I can't go to a hotel. I can't go to a shelter like that. I would have to book like an Airbnb or something because I can't afford to do that. We just have to hunker down. Like, that's literally all we can do. And I just feel like we're sitting ducks now. I have 10 fucking ducklings to worry about. So even if they do mandatory evacuation, I don't know where am I supposed to go? We'll be the first zone to evacuate because we're zone A. They already did mandatory evacuation for the beach. Where am I supposed to go? Unless you put your family on an airplane, which I can't afford to do. It's supposed to be a Category 4 when it hits the Gulf of Mexico, and then hopefully go back down to a 3 before it makes landfall somewhere between Fort Myers, which is where we live, to Tampa, which is our only other retreat, our home away from home, that our family away from home that welcomes us in. We were there for a whole week for the last hurricane. We can't even go there because that's literally the second location that this hurricane might possibly go. We can't take the chance of being stuck on the road. We don't all even fit in our vehicle. We have a 7-passenger Suburban and we have 8 people, plus my mother-in-law and 4 dogs. For Ian, the water came up to our front door. Hopefully that's the worst it gets again. The ground's already pretty saturated, so I feel like we're just sitting ducks and
has a wind field. Hurricane Helene had a wind field of 450 miles. Hurricane Milton has a wind field of 350 miles. And this right now is what I'm seeing. That says 919. This one says 901. And this one right here says 928. And for the people that didn't know, there's literally 3 hurricanes. Kirk, Leslie, and there's Hurricane Milton right now in the Atlantic region. And this right here is how the storm is looking like. It is small, but this thing is gonna pack a punch. This looks like what the path is going to be. I think it's gonna be a little bit south, or it's gonna be right here near Spring Hills. One of those is going to be where the path is gonna be going. There's at least 6 paths out there, but I think it's gonna be here, or it's gonna be right there. The other thing that I'm seeing is, it's gonna be a major storm, but when it comes near Florida, it tends to weaken down dramatically. Like it goes from 901, 950 to 970. Hit the follow button, stay updated. There's a new update that's about to come out, so don't miss out, and I hope everybody's safe.
Like I said, there are 2 more storms to follow, and we're gonna be tracking these storms, the aftermath of these storms, and the people's stories before and after. I really hope that Biden will keep his promise and send all these federal help that he's claiming he's going to send. But let's see. It's still early. There's still 2 more storms. Thank God that this Cat 5 ended up being a Cat 1. There was still significant damage, but there are 2 more storms brewing, folks.
It's just an incredible, incredible, incredible hurricane. It has dropped It has dropped 50 millibars in 10 hours. I apologize. This is just horrific. Winds, maximum sustained winds are 160 miles per hour, and it is just gaining strength in the Gulf of Mexico, where you can imagine the winds. I mean, the seas are just so incredibly hot, record hot, as you might imagine. You know what's driving that. I don't need to tell you. Global warming, climate change, leading to this and becoming an increasing threat for the Yucatan, including Merida and Progreso and other areas there.
Although I appreciate his sincerity, I don't believe in climate change. I believe in weather manipulation. I believe in HARP. But test me on that. Do your research.
Alexa, how many fatalities with Hurricane Milton?
From fandom.com. Overall, extreme Hurricane Milton caused $21.3 billion in damages and caused 262 fatalities.
Admit they discovered the technology to create Category 5 hurricanes.
In Miami, where researchers are creating their own storms in a state-of-the-art lab. It could end up saving lives. Mark, good morning.
Good morning. This tank gives scientists and the rest of us a view no one has ever had before. What a hurricane's power looks like at water level as it storms ashore. In just 2 minutes, scientists here can take calm waters and turn them into a monster hurricane.
The wind is gradually getting stronger and stronger as it's coming up here, and it's ramping up to a Category 5. It's probably about a Category 3 right now.
All right, we just went through the rabbit hole of Hurricane Milton. We're going to track the other two that's coming and keep doing these deep dives and the people's stories. All right, as always, thank you for being here. Thank you for all those who have been subbing up, liking the videos, showing your love and support. Please do your own research. I am just a random person on YouTube bringing you disturbing truths. Fact check everything I say. Fact check the links. Do your own research. Come to what you think is your reality. All right, until next time, stay safe, stay blessed. HFC out, and Hawk and Spike. Peace.